One thing that really took me by surprise is saying goodbye to the local SEO. Can you give me a and on top of that, you also have a really sad unicorn there.
Yeah, well,
Talk to me.
listen, I'm not saying local SEO isn't great right now, and I'm not saying it's not valuable. But what I am saying is that Google recognizes this.
Right.
Like so, sometimes people will say, "Larry, you're crazy. Local SEO is going nowhere because it's so great. It's so valuable to my customers." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks for proving my point." Like basically Google. It's if you think about the different search verticals that Google's monetized,
Yep.
like shopping and other search verticals. One of the kind of last remaining kind of you know where ads haven't really invaded tremendously is the notion of the local search.
Yep.
And there's people from Google on record saying they plan to create $5 billion more of ad revenue in local search. So that intuitively,
That's a
they're an ad company. That means there's going to be a new sheriff in town. Like there's going to
Yep.
be a new
Well, they've already moved the ad space into local, as you well know.
yeah, that just happened. Like there's these new ad formats for local that are entirely paid. Like
Yep.
the local pack doesn't even have an organic listing. So
Right.
not saying that it's not going to be valuable. But it's very vulnerable. In fact, I think it's the most vulnerable vertical. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And we got wind of some beta testing on the not only the call to the functions inside of Google Local, but on top of that, there was the hints of a quoting tool that they were introducing in the local pack, where you could actually get a quote from HVAC companies or plumbing companies, and that very tactic right there, being between the advertiser or the search or the web property and Google, and be able to provide that level of additional interaction with the consumer, there right there is an incredible play. And they've been stoking the entire local experience. They've been stoking the map. They've been stoking all of these local transaction points. That thing right there will be a game changer, and all of a sudden now Google's in the
Like lead generation.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly,
Yeah.
right there, and
Yeah.
then you're paying Google for that lead. So now they're in a space where they're developing. Whoever wants to bid on those leads, they'll have a lead rotation coming from Google.
Local searches have the highest amount of commercial intent
Yep.
relative to how populated it is with ads. Meaning, like, there's no other space that is so rich in commercial intent where people are looking to buy stuff
Absolutely.
that has not been completely polluted with a million and one ads, and just logically,
Yep.
thinking this through here. It's probably I could definitely, well, different people have different opinions, but I could see a future where there were no organic local packs, where it was entirely paid, just like how there's no more organic shopping listings.
Right. Right.
That's entirely paid. Now, I mean, that could be really terrible news for people, and I'm very sympathetic. So I'm not cheering for this to happen. I'm just saying, like, I could see that happening.
You made me very sad whenever I read that particular post.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gift. I'm surprised it's gone on this long.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with you. I mean, but they built that area to test out, to monetize, and it's absolutely proving itself right there. So I mean, you're spot on.
Do you remember, like, 20 years ago with the phone books? Like, there was a phone book for
what's a phone book? I have no idea.
I haven't used one for 20 years, but the point is, like, there was one for commercial searches,
Yep.
and there was the yellow pages, and there was one for organic,
Right.
for like people, and there was no notion of like, oh, I deserve to have like, my business listed. Like, it was all
It's all
completely pay to
paid.
play.
Yep.
And basically when people, are searching for like a plumber or something, like, who cares if you have a plumbing business? This is a valuable referral service, and
Yep.
I can just see it becoming, very polluted with ads.